Hello, my name is Rob Garner. I'm a software development instructor at CNM, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to do a course copy if you're an instructor. So I'm going to go to learn.cnm.edu and log in. And so I'm going to first let's take a look at the dev library. So, oh, wrong one. Dev. So in the dev library, you have all of the template courses essentially that your as an instructor you may have access to. Now, if you don't have the courses in here that are your development one, you might want to speak with your chair or your to find out if you can get copies of them. It's probably a good idea to have access to the dev shells. These are the template shells, and so you can see ahead of time what the courses you might be teaching are, and even if you wanted to, and you work with the course owners for that dev shell, you can contribute possibly to improving those shells over time. So these are all the courses that I might typically teach, and I have the CSCI 1220 course, which I believe I'm teaching in the spring. So I'm going to go to spring 2026, and yes, so you can see these are the courses I'm teaching. Wow, I'm teaching a lot. And what you now, some of them, like here, there's an A1 and A2 template that comes up. If you have one of these, typically it's only the A1 that all the students will really have access to. This is a cross-listed course, most likely. So I just have to load this active one. And then, let's see, got computer programming fundamentals, that's CSCI. So here's the CSCI 1220 course, which I want to load. And it's got a generic image and it's pretty much empty. So in order to bring that course over, I'm going to go to course admin, and we're going to go to import, export, copy components. You actually have a lot of different ways of bringing things in. You can actually export courses if you want to, and you can even export just individual components. There's a lot of capabilities in here. What we want to do is copy components from another organization, from another org unit, which is a fancy term for another course. And you're going to select course copy, and you can put a string in here which will bring up the different what's available. And if you look here, the semester, this one that says dev, that's the dev template. If you taught this course before, those are going to show up. You really don't want to copy from a previous semester, because if the course owner changes the template, and you won't copy from a previous semester, you won't have the changes that were implemented. So generally always copy from the course template. And if there are things that you wanted to have in that course template, very likely those are things that you should communicate to the course owner and say, because they may need to be incorporated into the overall template. So all the instructors address that. And that's also a way of making sure that we're all stay synchronized in what we're teaching. So start from the course template, the dev branch, and then I'm going to add that selected. And you have options to go through and pick what you want. Sometimes that can be useful. We try to make these templates as good as we can, but sometimes there can be additional things that go in. But so if you select components, you would pick the individual components. I'm going to copy all components. This one's pretty solid. And a lot of things that you might not want to copy are, for example, announcements. Sometimes a lot of old announcements get into these courses. So we try to trim those out, but and that's just the process of making the templates better and better to become as we copy them. So this will take a little while, and you'll get a notice when the copy is done. So we'll wait till that's done. Okay, so my copy is completed, and we can view the content or review and manage dates. So I'm going to go to review and manage dates first. And here are all the contents with anything that has a date. And you'll notice that when I make my templates, I try to avoid putting dates, start dates and end dates in the templates, because that can be a lot of management. And a lot of times there's not a big issue with things being displayed. If you want things to show up on a particular schedule, maybe you're doing a course where you want certain types of CBE courses where you want things to only be displayed at a time, those may show up here. And you'll want to go through and find whenever there's dates, you'll want to adjust those. So you can come down here and go to calendar, or actually, generally the only things I'll put dates on are assignments and quizzes. There's no quizzes in this course, so you can apply that filter, and then you'll have these dates. Actually, yeah, this one it looks like we don't have the dates assigned, and you can go in here and actually start applying dates, due dates in here one by one. So that's one way of managing your dates. And you can look at your course content. And I see you have to update a date. And so you'll need to do a number of things to update your shell. Now, some of us have been starting to put in guidance for instructors in the shells that we have, and this will give you guidance on how to teach the course if it's available in that. And for example, here it tells you where you can find the answers to the assignments. And in this one I gave, there's 3 different scheduling template formats for this course. There's a 12-week, there's a 15-week, and then there's online college, which is 7-week. So I gave some draft schedules for the instructors. Yeah, there's the instructor resources. And so sometimes you'll have those. If you are building a shell for a template for shell, I think this is a good idea. It helps out the instructors. And then I give a little checklist here for what you need to do to set this up. And it tells you, update the bio, use the appropriate schedule. So if you have a course that's set up like that, it might have that. If not, you'll have to go through the course piece by piece and update it. So here I will go in and update, my profile. You can often open up on a separate window, previous one you did, and just copy and paste the information in. I'll have to put in I'll have to update a syllabus for this course. We have simple syllabus coming in this semester, so we'll see that should appear here. I believe either here or somewhere in maybe under coursework, we'll see that show up. And so we'll actually, for those of us who have that in our courses, we'll be able to use simple syllabus to make our syllabus. Otherwise, you will do that. You'll upload that in the overview and syllabus piece here. And there's kind of a template here, but remember these get updated regularly, so use the most current template, but you can use the existing copies if there's one in there as a guide. Other than that, the next thing that you'll typically want to do is if you use Teams, create a course team. I use Teams, so I like to do that. You can choose what you want to do in your settings here. I don't recommend creating a team for each section. that would make sense if one course and there's multiple sections being taught and all the instructors are on one shell. That's not what we generally do at C&M, so I don't recommend checking that. I generally let if in case there's a group project, I think it's kind of neat to let them be able to create their own channel, but then just add me automatically. And then I create the course team, and that will create your team. Now the rest of the setup is however you set up your course. You might want to go through the materials and double check it. You can also get to adjusting the dates here. There's a manage dates capability there, which is the same manage dates that we linked to. So if you didn't go to it directly, you can go through and manage your dates after the fact like this. So there's some features here to bulk edit the dates. So if you have dates that are set there, you can bulk offset dates, and that will give you some tooling. The bulk offset date, you basically specify how many days to the future you want everything to be added, and it'll do that for you. So there's some useful tooling. In any case, that completes my demonstration of how to do your own course copy. Thank you very much.